And to me, there's nothing better than a rewarding hobby, and there's no hobby more rewarding than indoor gardening. And I'm going to cover the steps that you would need to take in order to successfully indoor garden at your own home, and how you would go about selecting the plant, gathering the ingredients that you're going to need to grow your plant, as well as the process and harvesting all the way through to the end of the plant life. First, you're going to want to pick what you want to grow. Depending on your space and your budget, you can pick a lot of different things. I would just suggest if you don't have a lot of space, pick something small like a herb or a pepper plant. If you have a lot of space, you can go big with like a tomato plant or something like that. I'm gonna, for the sake of this speech, be talking about growing a tomato plant because you could use that same process for just about any plant out there. First, you want to get a pot, some good potting soil, and all your necessary supplies, the seeds for the plant, of course, or you can get a clone of the plant from any local gardening store. You're just going to want to also use good soil. You want to use nutrients and fertilizers for your plant to get it to grow the best way. Also, you're going to need things like a tent for your plant if you want to keep it contained. If not, you can just get some regular lights. You have a lot of choice with lights. You can talk to many different people about that choice, but for this video, for this speech, I'm going to cover LED growing, which is just a more efficient way, in my opinion, on how to successfully do this. So you're going to get a good LED grow light to grow your plants with, and a tent. In this example, we're going to use something that is 2 by 2 by 4, and that's going to cover a good sized little tomato plant, and you'll understand the benefits of growing indoors when we get to the end of it. Next, what you want to do is get everything planted. You're going to sow your seed about knuckle deep in the soil. Keep it under direct light with your lights, and you're going to need a light timer. And you're going to time your lights on 24 hours to start until you see your sprout come out of the ground. And once you have your sprout, you can change your lights to a 16 hours on, 8 hours off light cycle to get your plant to grow through the vegetative stage. You're also going to want to keep your light really close to the plant to start. Keep it right about a foot away from the plant until it grows all the way up out of the soil, and then after that you want to move it about 2 feet if you're using an LED light, and you're going to want to monitor the plant and make sure that nothing happens to the leaves. There's no bleaching, no spotting on the leaves or anything like that. Also, you'll want to use a fan to keep air circulating around your plant once it starts to get a little bit bigger, and you can also trim your plant to whatever size you want to keep it to once you get enough vegetation going on the plant. Once it's got to the size that is suitable for your space, you want to go ahead and switch your lights into a 12-12 lighting cycle, which is 12 hours on, 12 hours off. This is going to make the plant go into a fruit producing stage in its life, where it's going to start to bud the tomatoes or peppers or whatever it is that you decide to grow. And from there, you just continue to water the plant as the soil gets dry. You don't want to overwater it because it's indoors and you control the environment. Water it as the soil gets dry. You want to wait till it's about dry for a good inch down into the soil, and then you want to re-water it. You don't want to overwater your plants because that will kill them too. Just remember, they're inside, they're not outside, so you're in control of the complete environment down to the temperature. If it gets too hot, just make sure you ventilate your space. That's why I choose LED lights, because they're easier to make the temperature stay lower because they don't burn as hot. Finally, harvesting your plant, you just go ahead and take whatever fruit it is that you grew. If it's vegetables, harvest your tomatoes, take them off the plant, wash them, and use them, and then discard of everything, and you can start all over. The benefits to doing this is you can grow a plant all year round. You don't have to stop because it's winter time. You don't have to worry about if it gets too cold outside. You don't have to worry about the seasons changing differently or the weather getting bad, you're in complete control of the environment. As long as you keep an eye on it, you can do it yourself. You're also in control of how long it takes for the plant to grow. You can flip it into the 12-12 light cycle as soon as you want to, and that's going to automatically make the plant begin to produce fruit as soon as it's ready, instead of continuing to grow large. So there's a lot of benefits to it. It's extremely rewarding. If you like hot chilies or peppers a lot, you can grow peppers and enjoy them in salsas or on the table with any meal at any time for free. And they're homegrown by yourself. There's no preservatives or anything in them. So